Kalen DeBoer was at the Senior Bowl in Mobile yesterday, and he was asked point blank about Ryan Grubb. I get the feeling that there's still the potential of a DeBoer-Grubb reunion in Tuscaloosa. We'll get into that and more right here on the Bama Football Tailgate Show. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi, where we'll be next week, Jake Coker and me. So come swing and hang with us. Let's get this show started. Roll Tide, everybody, and thank you for hanging out with us here on the channel today. I'm Mick Gillespie at Broadcaster Mick on the socials, and it is great to see all of you guys as we hang here and talk about Alabama. Now, one of the biggest mysteries of this offseason has been if Ryan Grubb could be coming to Alabama, and I still feel like there's some momentum in this direction. Now, it hasn't happened quite yet. But you got to remember, Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb have been a fantastic team. Now, some of you are going to get in the comment section. You're going to go, well, Grubb's wife doesn't want to come to Tuscaloosa. That's going to end this. I don't know. Look, I don't know Grubb's wife, but I do know that if he comes to Alabama, he's going to get paid pretty good money, and he's going to work for a guy that he really likes. So Kalen DeBoer was asked that amongst other questions outside of the Senior Bowl practice yesterday. And I love what he said. First off, he said, a great friend of mine. Think the world of him as a football coach, obviously as a person too, right? So he gets into that right away. The first thing that he didn't say is no. He didn't say, hey, we already got a guy. He didn't say that we're happy with our staff. He didn't say that there's no chance he's doing something else. No. He said, a great friend of mine, think the world of him as a football coach, obviously as a person too. Then he said this, I know he's working through his process, just kind of after what last season brought. So just got to see what that does. Or excuse me, just got to see what he does. So that tells me right there that, hey, we're willing to bring this guy in. If he needs a spot, we got a spot. Love him. He's my guy. I'm his guy. If he's ready to come to Tuscaloosa. Now, he was the offensive coordinator, Grubb, for the Seahawks. They ended up with 10 wins and 7 losses, which to me in the NFL is a pretty darn good record. And a lot of years that gets you into the playoffs. That didn't work for him this year. And obviously there was some issues between him and his head coach and other issues there where he didn't run the ball enough. I don't know. They fired him at the end of the year despite the winning, which is, odd. Now there's some NFL jobs. And if he wants to stay in the NFL, he might be best suited to just sit back and see what happens. Pete Carroll in his 70s coming back to coach the Raiders. You look around the league and the Bears have a new coach. There's a bunch of new coaches around the NFL. The Jaguars are, got a new coach. So he may find a job as an offensive coordinator in the NFL if that's really what he wants to do. But he may find comfort going back to DeBoer, or maybe if he has to go into the NFL, he's going to want to go somewhere where he knows he's got a chance to have a lot of success and someone that he trusts. So this to me wasn't definitive, but it told me that, hey, they're serious about Grubb if he wants the job. I feel like there's a spot for him if he wants it. That's how it felt to me. And I think that that DeBoer would have. DeBoer's a really honest guy. If he wasn't interested, I think he would have been like, hey, he's a great guy. And, we wish him the best somewhere else. Like, he's like, no, we'll see what he does. So this could just come down to what he does. You guys, you tell me, you're like, hey, Mick, you talked about the NFL. You talked about the Eagles. You talked about all the Bama players that are going to Super Bowl 59 with the Eagles, and you called one of them Jalen Milroe instead of Jalen Hurts. That was a couple of days ago, but I've heard you. I've read your notes. You're exactly right. Different Jalen quarterback. We're all pulling for Jalen Hurts and the Bama crew that's going to be there in the big game. It's like a whole nest of Eagles that are from Tuscaloosa. I'm going to talk about those guys, but what I do want to tell you is that we've teamed up, and we're really excited about this with DraftKings, right? And with the promo code Bama Tailgate, download that DraftKings app and you put $5 and you get $200 in bonus bets. Super Bowl 59 is right around the corner, and it's the perfect time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. This is your shot to make every last play a moment to be remembered. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and use our promo code Bama Tailgate. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code Bama Tailgate, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. That's promo code Bama Tailgate only at DraftKings Sportsbook. We'll talk more about the Eagles and the Super Bowl and all the Bama players that are playing for Philadelphia in that Super Bowl game here in a second. But what I wanted to tell you guys, too, is that DeBoer also talked about this at the Senior Bowl. He said, we know that we got to do better, and that's the expectation I had from day one. He went on to say whether you're 0-12 or 12-0 in the regular season, you're always going to be really critiqued and detailed on how to improve. Obviously, they knew that they could have and should have done better last year. And he feels like there's a ton of momentum with the program in what I want to consider for him, his first full season at Alabama since taking over for Coach Saban. So, on one hand, I think a lot of us feel like 9-4 isn't good enough at Alabama. But I think on the other hand, you got to give the guy enough rope. You got to give the guy enough slack where he can figure out how to do it his way in Tuscaloosa. So we'll be pulling for him, and obviously pretty cool that he took time again to talk to the media like he always does, and seems to always be really genuine and honest in the stuff that he says. But got to go out there and recruit. We talked about the recruiting. They've given a ton of scholarships away, offers here anyway lately, crisscrossing the South in Texas and Ohio as well, out in California. I mean, just doing it all over the place. And that was something that DeBoer said too. Hey, we haven't really been around to see the players in Tuscaloosa because we've been out recruiting. Going back to Super Bowl 59, how about this? What a contingent of Alabama players in this game. Okay, Jalen Hurts, starting quarterback. Devontae Smith, starting wide receiver. Offensive lineman, backup center, Landon Dickerson. Offensive lineman, Tyler Steen. Defensive lineman, Byron Young. And cornerback, Eli Ricks. All Alabama guys. And they'll be in the Super Bowl coming up. So 6 Bama players in the big game, hoping that maybe they can be the team that derails the Express. The Taylor Swift Express. Like the referees. I don't know. Look, Patrick Mahomes and those guys are really good, and for them to win, they're going to have to play a heck of a game. But remember last time, the Eagles, they turned off the juice at the end of the first half. So I can't wait to go to my man Boyd's Super Bowl party like I do every year. And I don't know. I guess this year I'm gonna be pulling for the Eagles, but I always root for a good game, and the last few Super Bowls have been great games. So, all right, look, guys. Again, mentioned Pearl River Resort. Going to be there with Jay Coker Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be at the new facility that they have one of the days. I'm not sure. And then obviously the sports book will be there as well. So I know some of you, our guy Wes says he's coming to hang out. You guys come out and hang out with us as well. We're going to have a good time down there at Pearl River. That'll get you ready for the big game, and put your money down on who you think's going to win If you spend 50 at the sports book, you can go play Dancing Rabbit, the Azaleas, the Oaks, really the Augusta that you can play without a membership for $40. Take advantage of that. Table games and slots at Silver Star and Golden Moon Casino. Philip M. Steakhouse. Oh, I can't wait to go there and eat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do steak, though. I have a procedure on Wednesday next week that is limiting what I'm allowed to eat. So, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat steak or anything, but when I can, I do. Also, and I love this right here. Boom. Let me throw that up. Let me throw this up. newlifeart.com, our promo code Bama Tailgate. There you go right there. Pimp out your man cave like I've done. You get 20% off when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate. Tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate. Tell them that you used the promo code Bama Tailgate by typing that in when you're checking out. You'll get 20% off all the classics, the mugs, the calendars, the all of that stuff. So take advantage of it there. Just the new releases aren't included. Everything else, though, 20% off when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate at checkout at New Life Art. So thank you guys for hanging as always. And we'll be at the Senior Bowl today. Maybe I'll see some of you guys over there, and we'll talk to you later tonight or tomorrow, just depending on what's going on. But roll Tide, everybody.
To Pearl River Resort.